Welcome into another edition of the 2025 MLB Draft Spotlight Show, here with arguably the top performer, maybe the best bat in the country for 2025, Great Oaks' own Gavin Fien. Gavin, dude, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you. It's awesome to be here. Excited to talk to you and, get to know you more and talk about, my baseball journey.
For sure, man. Yeah. So you come from a baseball family, for sure. Your brother, ultra competitive, ultra talented as well. I want you to kind of talk to me about that. Who is Gavin Fien on the field? Who is Gavin Fien off the field? What makes you tick?
I think, on the field, start off, just an ultra competitor, obviously the bloodlines and everything, my brother did it. So I think you're going to get someone that's, in my opinion, one of the most consistent bats in the country, just always going out there every day to kind of compete and, really just take home a win for my team. And off the field, just someone that's, always there for people. I try to, always, have people's back, especially my close friends, just someone to hang out with and, just kind of, enjoy, each other's presence in a way and just kind of have fun and enjoy, life.
What's it like growing up in Southern California, being surrounded by some of the best baseball talent you can find around the country?
I think it's huge, honestly. You see it with, especially this year, a huge SoCal class, but throughout the previous years, just the year-round baseball, I think, is what makes guys kind of just more polished in a way. And, I think you see that kind of on the circuit or, in high school with the high school teams is, just being able to, have the great weather and kind of be surrounded against the best kind of just everyone keeps getting better and, creates a different atmosphere out here.
Gavin, you're lauded for your hit tool. You're lauded for the power. I think there's no mistake that you can bang. I'm curious if there's a part of your game though that you think is a bit underrated or undervalued in the public space or just in the baseball industry, something that you work hard on that you take a lot of pride in.
Yeah, I think obviously this offseason, obviously summer kind of bounced around positions, but this offseason really working on my defense. And I think that's been something that's kind of, became a solid part of my game and a reliable part of my game. Working on the footwork and stuff and to be able just to move better and, play short and third. So now that that's really kind of took off and really been working hard at and training at it, it's really kind of shown in game that, I can, handle the left side.
Third baseman through and through, huh?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
I like it. So you get to play for Team USA this summer. I see the
Yeah.
Team USA insignia on the hoodie and
Mhm.
everywhere. What did that mean to you, dude? At putting on the Stars and Stripes?
I think, it was everything. In 12U, I made the team. So I made the 12U team. We didn't win. Tried out for the 15 team, didn't make the team. So I kind of had a little fire in my, the back of my head to, just I really wanted to make this 18U team. It was obviously making the 12U team. You look at the 18U team, and then to not make the 15U team, and then make it the 18U year was just something that was just meant so much to me. And then not winning in my 12U year and winning in my 18U year was just surreal and kind of icing on the cake. So to kind of have a full circle experience there was, huge and something that I'll never take for granted.
I can tell it means the world to you. It seems like this is something that you've been tracking toward your entire life.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of, you see, just being an American, honestly, to be able to put, USA, the Stars and Stripes across your chest and kind of go out there and win for your country was kind of surreal. And, I don't will never take it for granted and definitely grateful for the experience.
Let me read off what you did this summer. I've talked about it on my podcast. I've talked about it online.
Yeah.
The sample that I have, 22 games,
Hmm.
71 plate appearances. My man hit 450. This is not against kids throwing 84. This is for
Oh,
Team USA. My man
yeah.
hit 450, 485, 767 with a 1250 OPS. I
Wow.
gotta ask, man, and baked into that is just incredibly impressive numbers from an approach and bat to ball standpoint. I gotta know, Gavin, like, is this what you expect from yourself? Was it a bit of a surprise just how much you raked this summer? Like, did it catch you off guard? Talk to me about your process
Hmm.
over the course of the summer months and how it all came together.
Yeah. So I'll start in high school, actually. So, solid high school season, kind of just good. Bat to ball was good. Solid year. Didn't really strike out much, so felt good. And then right around the start of the summer, PG National, 2 weeks before, made a swing adjustment, a little taller, more slow and controlled. I used to be kind of a fast guy, kind of a little quick load, just kind of a quick setup. But then I kind of went slow and controlled, a little leg kick, kind of get my hands moving. And then PG National, that was the first big event I used it in game and hit really good there. So that was kind of the confidence builder. And then I knew I had it for sure. And that was when I kind of realized, my game can be taken to the next level because I always knew I had something. So fast forward to USA trials, kind of put it in the first real sample of, kind of new approach and new swing in a way, and kind of went off and felt like I was almost just like floating in a way. And, the confidence was just unreal. Like I felt like, I'm facing 95 almost every pitch. And, to be able to kind of handle that and see it well was kind of, it almost shocked me at first, but once I kind of knew I had it and it almost felt like normal to be able to do that, it kind of just took off. And now, confidence throughout the summer and then with USA was kind of unreal. And then really trying to hone it in this fall and kind of see, my progress that I've made from last high school season to now. It's been awesome to see for sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's one thing about Southern California is you guys don't stop. I mean, you're coming
Mm-hmm.
off of a tournament, what was it, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
hit another homer there, scorched the ball up the middle.
Yeah.
How do you find time to like bake in muscle memory? Are you finding time now over the next, I guess you've got 3 more weeks before things start to
Mm-hmm.
kick back up. Are you
Yeah.
finding time right now to get into the cages and make this more muscle memory? Like, what's your
Mm-hmm.
winter look like?
So I'll start in the fall. So took a little break after summer, obviously a lot. And then that was kind of my time to like September, late September was kind of my time to start ramping it back up. And then we play shoot late in October. So that's kind of just, getting the reps, getting the kind of the in-game feels down, kind of what to expect for season, especially defensive wise, like I was saying, trying to improve that and hone that down. So that was kind of, big to, see, just balls hit at me and kind of getting my internal clock ready. And then now up until obviously like the MLK will be my last chance to like really get my body in shape and get those last workouts in and kind of last cage sessions in before it's, a few games a week up until May. And then, whatever happens after is, just what's meant to be.
Do you have a specific routine that you lock into right now, or is it just kind of, hey, I'm gonna stay in the weight room and try to stay active?
Yeah, I think it's kind of it gets a little weird with games and after school practices, but now that we kind of have a little break and everything, I'm lifting 4 times a week and doing speed work twice. So really trying to improve that part of my game, and then hitting um, probably 4 times a week in the cages.
Sheesh.
Yeah, 3 to 4. This 3 week stretch will be a lot just to really get my feels and muscle memory down. And then on an average week, like with practices, probably 2 extra days in the cages. Just kind of just really trying to, because I'm a big trial and error guy. I don't video too much like cage swings. I really just try to live on the barrel and kind of continue that. So just getting that honed in and what it feels like. I'm a big feels guy. If that felt right, continue it. So just kind of getting those feels right and muscle memory, it inherits into my brain, and then kind of just rolling into that and hopefully, have a good high school year and go win some games.
Yeah. We'll call you a power hitting third baseman just for the sake of a label. Is there a guy that you grew up watching that you really kind of admired for, the similarities that you have
Yeah.
with his game?
I think a big one that I'm starting to, you know, kind of compare myself to is like a little more athletic Austin Riley.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
think that's obviously that's kind of easy to say on paper, but I think kind of our similarities and just I love his swing, that nice right-handed swing. Him, Arenado's a guy that I've always looked up to. Love Matt Chapman's game. So I would say those three being elite MLB third baseman are kind of guys that I almost want to be one day and kind of strive to push to. And then swing wise, I've always loved Trout's swing, and he's my idol. So that kind of I mean, I kind of have, I don't know, say I swing like him, but my high hand set up in a way. I've
Hmm.
always loved that and kind of just loved watching him growing up, especially being from SoCal.
How about adversity? It obviously hasn't come like this easy for
Hmm.
you as a high school sophomore, high school junior, always
Yeah.
ultra talented, no doubt. But give me an example of adversity that you've had to kind of fight throughout your high school career. Maybe it's an injury, maybe it's something off the field.
Yeah.
What's been a speed bump for you?
Um, Honestly, sophomore, like winter, start of season, I was hitting like terrible, like in my head, like crazy, you know, felt like, I was putting myself in a hole that I didn't need to be. and kind of compiled. And then I was hitting terrible sophomore year, and I made an adjustment. Kind of just decided that, you know what, I'm gonna, be a little more relaxed up there. Just relax, and that kind of took off, and I had a really good ended sophomore year, really good, and then was kind of just steady until my obviously this summer and now senior fall. But to be able to overcome that, it was a big stretch of where I was struggling and it felt like everything was going wrong, and it felt like nothing was clicking and felt like hitting was impossible. But then kind of to be able to flip it around and then succeed so highly was like, it made me realize that, like, I have it, and that I can overcome adversity. So now any little stretch that I, let's 2 or 3 games, stretch, rough stretch, that fourth game or whatever, just really be simple was kind of something that I learned. Just trust kind of the work that I put in, the cage work, or the mental work, and to be able to kind of just simplify the game and know, I'm in control in the plate, and that kind of just all I think is like bat on ball, and then kind of usually that slump will kind of end just by being simple and kind of being in control of my game.
So if I'm reading the tea leaves here, your approach isn't the opposite field gap. It's not launch. It's not pull and lift. It's none of that. It's just put the bat on the ball. You know you're a big, strong kid.
Yeah.
The levers will do the work.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, you see kind of spin or whatever, you see little stuff approach wise, but when I get in the box, I'm kind of just, hammer a line drive up the middle. And that's basically all I think. Just kind of keep my front shoulder down, don't let it fly open, and just, trust my strength and, bat speed to, do the work, and to be able just to smoke a ball up the middle, whether I'm late, maybe it's a smoke ball oppo. If I'm early, maybe it's a pull side homer. So that's kind of what I found it, gives me the most success approach wise.
I love that. I think that's how it should be taught. All right, Gavin. So I'll hit you with 3 questions here and then get you out of here, man. Let's say you play for 20 more years,
Mhm.
2 more decades. You play till you're 40. What's the one song that you'd be comfortable with right now selecting as your walk-up song for your career, and you can never change it?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, hmm. I like Unwritten
Yeah.
by Natasha Bedingfield, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Just that kind of, it's almost like a little confidence booster. I think Gunner has it.
Yep.
So kind of that little that's kind of a little funny song that I kind of think would be a little good to have.
I like it, man. Not a cliche hype song. Just hey, get you in the zone.
Exactly.
All right. All right. So let's talk about that Team USA roster. Let's say you and the boys go out to dinner. You go to a
Hmm.
steakhouse, a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
Who's the one guy from that USA roster that you would not trust to order food for the table?
Mm, that's a really good question. Um, Maybe it's got to be like a pitcher.
Does it?
It might be. Maybe Brady Marietta.
Okay.
He's a catcher, but he's that's my guy. But he's a little crazy sometimes.
So too explorative. He's not going to be the chicken tenders guy. He's going to be the guy that orders, catfish for everyone. Something a
Yep,
little bit wild.
exactly.
Okay. Last question, that same Team USA roster. I'm sure you've heard this question before. Who's the one guy from that team that you would not let date your sister?
Jordan Martin for sure.
Jordan Martin, huh?
Yep, big pitcher from Missouri, basketball
Yep.
player too. That's where you get a little
That's
crazy.
where that's where you get a little iffy, huh?
Yep, absolutely. But he's awesome. But that would be my answer there.
I love it. Well, hey, listen, Gavin, you set the world on fire. You set the amateur baseball industry on fire this summer. I'm excited to see what you have up your sleeve in spring. I can't wait to see you at some of these tournaments here in about a month. See you kind of flex your stuff, and I'm rooting for you, man. Good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for this call and everything.